Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. It's so good to be back. We're starting this Monday off strong. I'm telling you, we are so excited at the Hive and the Hive Discord. We've been popping off all weekend and looking at some setups that are ready to explode, right? And we like to buy them on support before they break out if possible. And so we've been posting those in the Hive Discord, and we're just really excited, guys. So I hope you woke up full of life today and ready to tackle the market and just excited. I hope you wake up excited for what you do, because I sure do. I love to be here with you guys. I know Rob does too, and we're really looking forward to the show today. So welcome, everybody. We are going to talk about exactly what the thumbnail says. Altcoin season phase 4 initiated. Now, whether that's full-blown altcoin season or, you know, a swing up, time will tell. But things are starting to bubble up. Bitcoin held the 50 simple moving average, 50-week moving average, and we held that support, guys. We held that support. We closed the week above it. That is a very good sign. So therefore, nobody can confirm that we are in a bear market right now. So all is looking good. In fact, there's so much news. I feel like this is kind of like a melting pot, just bubbling up, ready to like boil over. There's just so much happening that I want to tell you guys about, because it's just like adding to my thesis, right? You have to have a thesis in these markets, or, you know, at least a plan. And so my plan primarily is to look at the overall macroeconomic situation and then sort of make a judgment based off that and the charts, right? As to where we are, where we could be. We're going to look at Bitcoin price levels and support, and all of these altcoins, these top hottest altcoins on our list right now in the Hive. So if you're not a member of the Hive, the link is in the description below. We are keeping it open for a few days more before we gate it. So do get in there, because there's so much good stuff. Also, the BYDFi deposit bonus is still going on. We asked to extend it due to popular demand. So you'll get $50 if you deposit $100, and let's go, guys. Let's go. These altcoins are right at support. A lot of them breaking their 1-day 9, which if you've been watching Rob on this channel, you'll know that this is a very important part of the TA that we do here. So stay tuned for that. We're going to talk about all the charts, but first, shout out to all you guys, the real ones, showing up to the show each and every day. Guys, we're going to be here Monday through Thursday this week, because I'm going to Lisbon on Thursday. It's called CC. I'll be with all of the top YouTubers and crypto content creators around the world. So probably we'll be coming to you with some fun content collaborations with them, and there'll be lots going on. But I'm telling you, this week and the next week are set to be very big weeks, and I'll tell you why right now. All right. First up, I want to shout out to you guys. Oh, we got an ICP fan in the house. We will be going over ICP. Yes, smash the like. Hodler Peter? Not still macro bullish here, not leaving. Same, man. I'm right there with you. Brian, what's up, Brian? Shout out to you, man. You're always here. We love the support. Theta Hodler in the house. All right. Welder, you know what's up, Welder. I hope you're gonna have a fantastic week. We're working hard, but you know, we have a destination, and the journey is really, really fun. That's all I can say. Let's see. Richard says we'll drop this week, maybe a bounce over the weekend. If we get a weekly green candle close, we will run until April or May. Yeah, I agree with you. I think there could be some turmoil. Actually, we're in Mercury retrograde or something like that. If you like the woo-woo stuff and the stars, typically this time can be a little bit tricky. Even though we held the 50-week moving average, we might not be out of the woods yet, but we're monitoring it. So, and we're ready for all case scenarios. In any event, guys, some of the altcoins look really, really juicy, and we want you to get on the action. Okay. What's up, Amunim? How's it going? Brian says, my thesis is not to have a thesis. You got to have a plan, Brian. How about a plan then? What's your plan? Let me know. Let me know. Sylvia, what's your target for ZK? Well, ZK is looking very juicy, and we are going to go over that in the stream. I'm going to read a little bit of news, and then we'll pull up our analyst, Rob, okay? And then we'll have a look at what he has to say about ZK. So stay tuned for that. Bulls are still in control. I mean, we are still in a bull market, Almanim. We did not break below the 50-week moving average, and, you know, that's a very, very good sign. Along with, not only have none of the bull market top indicators flash, but so many of the bottom ones have started to flash, okay? So there's a lot going on here. First up, let's just have a look at what happened since the weekend. The tariff news is back, okay? I've been talking about the tariff news since I had Kevin O'Leary, the main shark of Shark Tank, on my podcast. And back then he said that the tariffs were noise. And you know, just follow the signal, follow Trump's signal. And I would definitely agree with that. But the one thing I don't think we talked about is much more than noise. The tariffs are like a greater scheme in the scheme of things. How should I put this? There was a greater reason for the tariffs to be there, or now it's starting to be revealed, it seems. So Trump's using it not only as a bargaining tactic and a negotiation tactic with countries around the world, but also within the US itself, right? To say, so let me take you back and explain my thoughts there. So looking at Watcher Guru here, President Trump says that Americans will get at least a $2,000 dividend payment, excluding high income earners, which is massive. Okay. He just kind of casually dropped this news like, hey, this is what I plan on doing with the profits from the tariffs. I want to give you dividends. Now, just to give you some sort of perspective on this. So I saw these stats on Rand Show earlier today. He did the math, and the total for that would be pretty much equivalent to the stimulus given in COVID, in the pandemic times. Okay. And remember what happened to the market then when we got the helicopter money. So it would be the same equivalent cash injection into the system, money that people weren't counting on that is suddenly there. And the rest is history. You guys all know what happened after that money got injected after the pandemic. And it was a whirlwind. Okay. So Trump is now hinting that that's what he wants to do. Whether or not he's actually going to do it is the other question, because then he's going back and saying, well, if they rule it illegal and they say I can't do these tariffs, then you're going to take away the people's money. So there's a lot of dynamics at play here, but it seems to be pretty brilliant and seems to be working. It does seem to be working. So let's dig in a little bit deeper, okay? Treasury Secretary Buzant warns the economic impact of the government shutdown is worsening, but there's good news because Trump came out and he said we're getting close to the U.S. government shutdown ending. You'll know very soon. So then I think it went to a vote and it was like 60-40 now, pretty much voted to end the shutdown. So I think it's imminent, maybe within days. Okay. And why is that important? Because historically, we have always pumped after government shutdowns have ended, right? When it's been back open, it's been bullish for the markets, liquidity injected back into the markets, all of this stuff brewing, okay? And that is imminent. So any day now, we may see the government opening again. And then there's more bullish news. Michael Saylor is hinting at buying more Bitcoin, of course. China says it's looking forward to the United States continuing cooperation. Good. USDT Tether to spend $100 million in advertising on Rumble. I mean, we're getting those bull market vibes back. But the real thing is to have those bull market vibes when everybody else is scared sick, because that is when you win. And we're right on the edge, guys. We are right on the edge of that, right? We were back in fear. We might have a little bit of turmoil, like Richard said in the comments, but I believe we'll make it out, ahead in the end. So if we get through that turmoil, we still held above that critical weekly moving average, and things are looking good. So President Trump says our massive tariff revenue will be used to substantially pay down national debt. So he's going over all these things, why the people should be on his side and also the country. Vivek's Strive buys over 1,500 Bitcoin worth 162 million. So maybe OG whales are selling off their bags because, they're billions, hundreds of millions of profits, some of these guys, but others are buying the dip, right? And the odds of government shutdown ending this week rise to 84% this week. Be ready, guys, locked and loaded. Trump is finalizing deals with India. Things are happening and we're here for it. We are here for it and we are ready to ride that wave. Okay. So on that note, I am going to pull up Rob. Rob, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Just looking through some charts.
Yeah, Rob was busy updating in the group before this. So we've been having these coins. Basically, Rob has been letting us know, hey, pay attention to this, stay on alert. Things could be happening. Things are looking a little bit different, right?
Yep. I mean, we're getting buy signals, and that's a good thing. And the thing is, it's not that time where you sit there and say, oh, I missed out yet. No, they're just getting started. Like, sometimes you get a big pop off. You just got to wait for it to cool down some. Like FIL right now, it's cooling down right now. Filecoin, ICP, it's cooling down. So those are the times where you get the best entry if you're a spot trader going for like a midterm type trade or something like that. But leverage, right, you never miss out because you just kind of jump in and out. But we'll be doing that more later on.
Right. Yeah. So we'll be going over both. We've also been doing some scalping strategies and having a lot of fun with it. So if any of you guys are interested, we will be having a channel for that very soon in the Hive to learn how to scalp on lower time frames. And that is really, really fun, especially when the market picks up. And it's just a good way to make some money on the way up and on the way down. And you're learning a new skill. So Rob, what do you think about the markets now after this weekly close?
I mean, nothing changed. I mean, Bitcoin held a 50 moving average. After that, I didn't really look at anything. I started looking for alts. I mean, I'm a pretty simple person. It closed above it, cool. Let's look for altcoins, because if it starts bouncing, altcoins are hopefully going to follow it, hopefully in a bigger way, and hopefully we finally get the alt season that people have been hoping for. So I'm in here for the percentage gains and to trade it. And we started getting buy signals on the 1 day 9. We're getting weekly chart, like we've been saying. The weekly charts were screaming buy me, indicators bond them out. It's kind of like one of those times, like those are the times you want to start scaling in and starting to buy and setting your alerts and finding out what you want to get into, finding the narrative, which we've been posting in the group, coins that are following the narrative right now, so we can find the top gainers, the best gainers that we could find and stuff like that, and just following the hype, following the trend, whatever's on the online at the point.
Oh yeah, and nailing it as usual. So yeah, guys, we're really excited to bring that to you. I'm gonna bring your charts up here now, Rob.
All right.
Just situated.
Yeah, so I just want to go into the group right now. Right now, I'm looking at the group right now. We posted STRK. It's something that works alongside of the token. Why just slipped my mind?
Okay.
What's that?
ZK.
ZK, yeah. So ZK, and was one of the top 5 movers today. We're up 47% or so, give or take, from our first post on it, which was, I think, back in here. And I think I reposted it for a breakout entry, and we might be coming back down. And luckily, right now, I was just looking at it, looking in the 1 day time frame. It looks like that we haven't broke out just yet of the trend line. So we may be getting another good entry to where we can get kind of back down in here and get a higher low entry, which would be awesome for everybody. As long as you're patient, kind of zoom in, hopefully get in there, and then we kind of break out is what I'm be looking for next.
Right. Okay. So he's already giving you the goods right away, guys. STRK. So that's the privacy narrative, right? Starknet along with ZK Sync. You guys know ZK rollups. This is all privacy related, right? So this is what narratives are hot right now, and those are the coins that we have our eyes on, and that can do some massive gains. In fact, the measured move was astounding on Stark if it plays out.
Oh yeah, I mean, the upside, it's not even broken out yet technically. We just started moving the breakout level, and we got earlier entries in on it from the higher time frame entry signal on it that I used the front run that we kind of teach on this channel on how to front run breakouts.
Right. So just so you guys know, so ZK Sync, Starknet, ZK Sync, it's like there are different types of ways to manage the privacy. So zero knowledge proof is basically like how a lot of the cryptographers would, like the guys explain it at the events, is like when you're going to open a Where's Waldo book and you want to show where he is without giving any other private details about where he's at or what his name is. I know this is like a crazy, ridiculous example maybe, but it's a way to provide information without giving up all of the sensitive details, right? It's just a way to prove there's where Waldo is here. You see the picture of him. We're proving he's there, but we're not giving you the whole context. That's basically what ZK zero knowledge rollups are, and they're amazing. Okay, the technology is amazing. The reason why it's not used more is because it's a little bit advanced. Like regulators don't yet allow that for like identity and things like that. So that right now they're using TEEs, a lot of people, which is a trusted execution environment. And that works a little bit differently, also nuanced. But I am on the board of Secret Network, which uses TEEs. It's an OG coin. Okay, so that's another one to put on your radar. And it's also in the privacy sector. It's just like ZK, but it's a little bit different technology. All right, so there's your background on ZK Sync and why it's so revolutionary and why a lot of people are going to be using this technology. Because every time we're asked for our data, we don't want to give up all our personal private details. We just want to prove we are who we say we are. How do we do that without maintaining that integrity, right? So that's it. That's why I'm so bullish on ZK and Stark, which is part of the ZK ecosystem. So let's see just exactly what the measured move is here.
So what I'm basically looking at when I was drawing up here, whenever she was talking, was we haven't broke out yet, but once we break that out, we'd be looking for a potential. Be looking for a potential round the bottom and starting to make a cup. And from this breakout level down here that we're looking at least a 732% move if we do make a cup and break the neckline on that as well too. And personally, I've seen these kind of moves kind of start playing out. And once they start getting strong hype, you could sit there and see all this volume coming in right now. I could personally see this getting close to all-time highs and being easy a 10xer trade on spot from the breakout level. Now, of course, if you get in there earlier, you're going to have more gains, and they're going to be more significant, like 1,500% move or something like that, depending on where you get into. 1,200%, depending on this next pullback that we get on it. So front run the breakout can give you a lot more significant gains, but my low projection is going to be around 5x, 6x, 7x, somewhere in there.
Hey, still phenomenal results. So shall we zoom in for a minute and see exactly where we're at? For those of you who are wondering, we'll give you a little bit of juice on how to understand where to get entries, okay? And then, for the rest of it, we're going to do a course on this to teach all the different strategies. So it's simple and you guys can do this on your own, but let's just give you a little bit of a gist of it.
Yep. So basically right now, I'm going to zoom into the 12-hour chart, and I see where my 12-hour 9's at. It's at 14 cents so far. So there's a possibility we get back down there, or they meet each other. So you don't want to go exactly and put a trend line there and put your alerts on right there. Because if we close right here, the moving average is going to actually move up, and even this moves down, they're probably going to meet somewhere in the middle. So you want to move this up a little bit and kind of get an alert up a little bit higher above it, because they're probably going to meet. So that is going to be probably a really important level, in my opinion. And we'll sit there and we'll match that with a Fibonacci level as well, too. So right where I put that line at was right where the 0.5 fib is at. So it's going to be definitely probably a key level here. It might be getting to cool down. And then you get to zoom in to another lower time frame chart. Right now, what I'll be looking for is we're testing the 4-hour 9. If we sit there and hold this level right here, we may be doing a bounce, and this might be our low entries with all that volume in here and all the hype on it. This could be the pullback right here. The pullback, there is a possible chance if we don't go lower than this one here that we might be sitting there saying this is the pullback, but we got to sit there and kind of wait for confirmation, see if we hold it, and see if we print like a nice green or a candle above it, keep on closing candles above it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set alerts on the 1-hour 9 and see if we can get close above that one, because the 1-hour 9 is now chasing the price action to the downside. Whenever I look at that, this is getting kind of overbought here. I didn't even look at the 4-hour chart on my indicators. Yeah, it's still saying that does have room down, but just because it does have room down doesn't mean it has to go all the way down. It could start ranging high on the oscillators here. And if it starts ranging high, that means it has strong momentum, and you're not going to get the pullbacks that you're hoping to get. So what happened is you got so used to those giant pullbacks we've been getting, and you're going to be sitting there going, all right, I'm going to sit there. This thing just broke out, and always, no matter what, and this is where I made mistakes. This is where you got to switch your mindset. Like, all right, this is only down 20%. There's a high probability this is going to be going down like 40%. I'll just wait and buy down here. And it doesn't go down that much. It goes down 25% and then takes off again. You're like, what the heck? So it's something you definitely have to put alerts on. And like I said, I go in there, add alert I'll hit this white line, right click it, add alert on an SMA 9, only once per bar close. And I want crossing above only. Boom. Now I know no matter how low this goes, whenever this thing gets a nice bullish candle close above it, I will get an alert onto my cell phone. So that is how I will be doing it. Then if it gets down, if it does take another leg or two down, I'm going to zoom into even smaller time frames to help nail my entry. But right now, all I got to do is I'll just set alerts down there as well too, just in case they get down in there. So add alert. So now no matter what happens, I'm going to get alerts. And as we make more swings, I'll be able to start adding trend lines like this and to see where they go. I can sit there and start watching whatever. If we get a bull, like this might be printing a bull flag right now. We might be looking at a potential bull flag, and that has a 80 or a 69% chance to break to the upside. So if we do start breaking the like 15-minute 9, I'm probably going to scalp trade it at least, but it's not going to be a position holder where I'll be like, oh, I'm going for the moon. I'll just sit there and probably do a high leverage scalp on it, and your measured move will be actually right back up to the top, and we have to break that next level to go higher. So that's what I'm going to be looking to do at it.
All right, there you go. All the different scenarios for where to get in on a highly hyped coin. I mean, you can see all the volume here. It's sort of following the narrative of Zcash, and Zcash has phenomenal tech that, I mean, there's not much. We were talking about Monero earlier too, and Monero is like more of a mixer, I believe. And Zcash is not the same thing. So all this technology around privacy, data integrity, that is where we're headed. That is the focus right now in the narrative. So these are most definitely some of the hottest coins. And Rob has given them to us, guys. He's given us to him in the Discord. Now if you're watching here, what to look for and to take action, right? Take action because things are boiling up. And the reason we didn't go over Bitcoin more is because Bitcoin is sort of more of the same, right? It held above the 50-week moving average, and let's see what Bitcoin does, right? But so far, so good. And that's why Rob's saying, now that Bitcoin has done that, let's look at the altcoins. So that's what we're doing. We want to just go right to the juice, which is this episode is, are we in phase 4? Did stealth altcoin mode already start? Like, this is like the stealth start before people start calling them up higher, like Rob usually says. When, you know, things break out and they're way, way overbought, that's usually when they start getting hyped on X, right? So we're going to give it to you right now. So if you like that, smash the like, hit the subscribe, and share the stream, guys, because we're going to be bringing you a lot of this week. So that was Stark, and now we're looking at ZK.
Yeah, I like the name StarkNet. Makes me think of my son loves it because he's 5 years old and he likes Iron Man.
Oh yeah,
Stark Industries. That's how I always remember. I remember.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right, so I'm still watching ZK for a good entry. I want to get a good scalp on it here soon, but it's pulled back long enough. But it looks like after that run that we had, it has to go kind of back into a accumulation type zone. So there's not much volume on it. I think it's just it's taking its break while like Stark is kind of moving. And once maybe Stark is done moving, maybe money will flow back into it. It's kind of the idea I'm playing with it as of right now. Like we're playing Dancing Queen on the 12-hour SMA9, and I'm looking at the oscillators right now. They're kind of the Stosh RSI is down on the low, so once we get that full break of that above the 20, we should be good. And our RSI, we're getting down to close to support as well too. So we want to see like us say strong momentum on here as well too. So right around 50, 45-ish is usually a good zone, like where we build support on the RSI for bull market running. So that it's basically a matter of time and just kind of waiting for that. We're waiting for that volume to start coming back in on this token here. So we're just, in my opinion, we're starting some kind of accumulation phase for the next leg up. How high can ZK go? I think somebody asked on the question there, because I'm guessing some people were in it. I mean, ZK hasn't even done anything yet. We got in down here. Like I had an alert sit on something down here, and we got in way down here. So right now we're getting to add profits back in if you're in on that trade. If you took any profits, if not, you get the DCA higher, buy high, sell higher.
Yeah, buy high, sell higher. That's one of the tips. Okay, the tricks that Rob uses. Also, I like how you tell the story based on what the charts are saying, Rob, because it's really cool. That like this is what we look at the volume. Is there high volume? If it's not, what is the narrative? Where is the money flowing back in and out from? Like these are all the things that should go through your mind when you're looking at the tokens that not a lot of people talk about, right? So I really think that's interesting. So now we're on a 12-hour or 1 day now. How long do you think that could potentially take to play out this sort of accumulation mode when we're on this higher time frame?
With the hype on it, in my opinion, just give it a few days and just be like, this is one that you should just have on your radar and just wake up once a day and at least look at it once to twice a day. Just due to the hype on it. And to be honest, right now, let's take away my 9, take away my 5 here. We're retesting the 1-day SMA 200, which is a really big deal. So in stock trading, what I basically do is once you break the 1-day SMA 200, retest it, and then break above the 9 after that that is like the perfect swing trade you get. So once we get that close above the 1-day 9 again, we might have like a perfect swing trade, but we do need to cool down a little bit on the oscillators. But again, we also got the narrative with it as well too. So like this, we might just be building support on the 1-day SMA 200, which we never done before. This will be the first time that we build a support on this moving average, which the SMA 200 is basically like when you're above it. So here's a simple rule to sit there and say if you're in a bull market or a bear market on an altcoin. I do this in the stock market on whatever stocks I'm trading as well too. Is you're above the 1-day SMA 200, it's a bull market token. It's if underneath the 1-day SMA 200, it's a bear market token. So your probabilities will win if you're trading long above it, and your probabilities will win if you're trading short beneath it. So right now we're retesting it. We're building support on it. So what exactly how long will that take? I honestly don't know. In my opinion, just due to knowing all the hype on it, once it's done doing it, if you're not scaling in on the zone, you're probably going to miss out.
Right. No, absolutely. Absolutely. So scaling in spot and or leverage, or what would you be doing at this point, Rob?
Scaling in spot. I wouldn't be doing leverage until we got some volume because you're going to sit in the trade too long. I'm kind of, whenever I do leverage, I kind of time my trades, and I don't want to sit in them too long because you're paying extra fees, and it just doesn't make, you can get, it's such a low cap where you can just get wicked out really easily.
Right. Right. So potentially like when that the 1-day 9 and the 200 SMA on the 1-day cross, right? Or meet each other.
When it closes above the 1-day 9, I would sit there and say, you probably get to zoom in and nail a leverage trade on it easily without much risk on it.
Right, right. Okay. Well, this is it, guys. The juicy setup that we are paying attention to right now. I'm going to go over to the comments for a minute and have a shout out to all you real ones who are here putting in the work on Monday morning, afternoon, and evening. And some of you are already on Tuesday morning because we have a very international audience. So
42 cents is my take level for price discovery for now.
Which one? 42 cents. Oh my goodness.
Question. I mean, if we go on the all-time high, your first fib level is 42 cents. So that's pretty huge. Pretty huge move. That's okay to be patient for, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. Say so.
And then also too, it's really good risk reward. If we close underneath the 1-day SMA 200, you just take, hang on a second, you might be able just to take a like 10% loss.
Right.
Like if it closes underneath the 1-day SMA 200, bears retest it, I'll just leave and wait.
Yeah. So that's all sides of the trade, guys. That's all the different plans that you can have for buying pretty much right at this massively important support level, right? Like here it is. We're giving to you right here on YouTube on a Monday. So go home and chart this out. Have a look at it. Sign up to the Discord in the link below. Get in the hive and let's rock and roll. Okay. So that's your price target for whoever asked about that. So let's see, where were we here in the comments? Solana stacked. All right, Brian, we also have a swing trade for Sol up in the Discord right now as well. Lots of happy days ahead. Absolutely. I think they've raked in about 90 billion from tariffs. Yeah, it seems to be doing its job, right? Here's another Theta fan, it seems, and stacking and locking T-Fuel to my Theta Elite Edge node. That's pretty awesome because you know what? I think Theta is going to be similar to ZK and Stark and all these, that the technology is amazing and what they're doing is amazing, but sometimes the technology and the fundamentals is ahead of the price, right? Because if nobody understands or not a big amount of the world knows about what's happening, then it's pretty hard to get that big liquidity bid and get more people into the ecosystem. But, you know, with AI going very, very mainstream and people wanting to know which coins are involved with AI and all that, I see Theta doing a massive run when that narrative starts to heat up again. So yeah, patience pays, patience pays. Sol is here to stay. Its ETF is doing so well so far, better than ETH did with its ETF. Okay, I would have to look at those inflows actually, because Sol's, the only thing with Sol is that the fees, it's not ranked at the top anymore, right? I think like Tron is before it and some of the others are before it. So I'd like to see Sol pick up in the rankings as far as like becoming bullish, but we do have that swing trade, which Rob is going to go over now, okay? Want to see Bitcoin test and reclaim 114 and 115 for confirmation of push to all-time highs instead of rejecting. Yeah, Peter, if we do reject, then maybe we come back down to sweep the lows. Maybe we get like a little bit lower low. I don't know, but I honestly think that the low might be in here. That's obviously, it doesn't matter what I think because the charts are going to do what they're going to do. And there's going to be some turmoil probably within this month. But I mean, post-government shutdown opening, we've typically been very bullish. The Fed is going to have to make a decision on rate cuts December 10th and leaning toward, I mean, Polymarket is showing that, you know, there's a very high percentage that we will get that rate cut, especially if the government is open, they can get that data they need. So I think there's a very good chance Bitcoin could have a huge run. Joe, what's up, man? Good to see you here again. It's been a while. Smash the like. Yes, easiest way to support the channel. Thank you, Joe, so much. We love all the love and the support that you give, and thanks for doing awesome things. Yeah, big birthday getting near. Brian, how old are you turning? Is it 40, 30? You're a millennial? What's your big birthday date? Hey, this is Andrew. What's up? Haven't seen you in a while. Not familiar with this project. Yeah, these are all privacy. ZK, Starknet, Secret Network. Check that one out. Clash listed on BTCC. Let's go, Clash fam. So with privacy being the narrative, does that give you any positive sentiment on XCL? We'll have to look into XCL, but potentially. Christine Lagarde wants to know all of your Bitcoin trend. Yeah. I know, Brian. I know it's frustrating, the bureaucrats and all the stuff that they want to put us through and all the hurdles and legal BS, to be honest. But yeah, Thanks. I'm glad to be back. Yeah. We've been missing you on the lives, Andrew, and all of your amazing energy, but it's good to see you back again, man. Cam, Stark looking juicy. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Watchman, can we check out Mina? Well, Watchman, you're a regular, so we might just be able to get to that just because you are regular. You are in the Discord and you're from the A team. So, I mean, hey, I think we should. Alts are about to fly. I would highly agree. 60-40 in the rate cut. There you go. Thank you for the stats, Brian. More positive than negative for rate cut. And guys, things are looking good. So back to the chart. Let's have a look at Solana.
All right, Solana's a pretty simple one. I think for a good swing trade, which a swing trade, you're looking at a good 14, 15 days for this size token to kind of play out. Right now, we're moving on the one-day SMA 9. We haven't officially broke it just yet. Looking at the oscillators, we are getting some buy signals. We got the Stosh RSI up above 20. We'd like to see that push up above 50 next to start telling us, like, hey, we got bullish momentum coming in. And then today at one-day close, we're going to take a look at the MACD and see if we get our bullish divergence of our moving averages in this one right here. So we're looking for this to flip as well too. And if that does all happen at the one time, you can sit there and buy above the 1-day 9, kind of scale in. There'll probably be some kind of bullish fair value gap to scale into. The only downside part you can kind of that could if you're doing leverage, that can kind of hurt you because leverage you always have stop losses on, is underneath this white line, this bullish order block right here that we have right here. It wouldn't surprise me, no matter what, you just get some kind of a wick that goes down here and just pulls right back up. And that will be a liquidity grab, which is also extremely bullish as well too. They're called bullish liquidity grabs, and it'll just be a long wick, and that's just taken out. So say somebody was buying, a bunch of people were buying in right in this zone right here, and they put their stop losses up on there. What that means is market makers took out those stop losses before it took off. And if that does, like me, I'll buy above here and I'll put my stops underneath the 9. If I get stopped out a smaller loss and comes right back up, I just get back in with a very small loss and I make up my gain within like 2%. So
Right.
that's part of my strategy. Just knowing that type of stuff can happen. Like I said, like prior to this, I used to work on tug and tow boats, and as my dad was a captain, always taught me, you always look for what bad can happen and make a plan for it, so that way you don't kill your crew. So I kind of take the same. I take that same advice here. So what we're going to be looking for is for that to break and retest, kind of come up in here, kind of retest. Then we're going to break the trend line, retest the trend line. Then we'll get up and start taking profits. Then we just use a following stop loss. If it starts getting strong momentum and bullish, really great momentum on it, we could just probably use a following stop loss the whole time. And a following stop loss, how you do that, we'll be mentioning in the group later on for trainings for that one there. Because I have certain, I have ways of how to use a following stop loss that most people don't show people. It takes a little bit longer to teach on it, on when to move your stop losses up. So that way you actually you can actually set alerts on when to move your stop losses up as well too. So it's some pretty cool stuff that we'll be showing later on in the group. Yeah. So how high can it go? Until you get reversal. That's how I'm going to play Sol right now, because I think on the big live we said 500 and something. I can't remember the exact target. This year, if on the swing trade, I'm going to go for, I'll say potentially we can get about 35 or 40% move out of it. But if it's alt season, I'm using following stop losses. I'll go for the home run or stop out.
Yep. Captain Rob steering us the right way. That's right, Watchman. That's right. He's steering the ship and making sure the crew doesn't die. All right. So keep your stops fairly tight from just listening to your summary there, Rob, and get back in if you get stopped out, right? Especially on some of these liquidity grabs like that. But we're about to potentially make some big moves on a lot of these alts. Privacy is hot. Speaking of, I remember that you said Filecoin. Let's let that die down. Let's let ICP die down until nobody's paying attention. Everybody's bored of it. Are we at that point right now? Let's have a look. Let's revisit that, because that's what we said yesterday. We said people are going to get bored with this one, and then we're going to be able to get our entries. So let's
So I'm looking at it right now. We filled this. We're almost filled this bullish fair value gap. We're in that level there. Like if you're not watching it and you're like, it's done now, which I used to do all the time. We're wicking underneath the 5 Fibonacci level, which you're getting into the gold pocket for buying zone here. And we did close underneath the 12.9, but this is where you can start playing Dancing Queen for a little bit. And that's where like my strategy works really like my 1 day 9 strategy works really like look at this 1 day 9 strategy broke above it, giant candle afterwards. But there is times where it does play dancing queens on a little bit, and you got to be prepared for that and just know that happens. That's why I like to look for certain signals. Why I do as well too. That's why you want confirmation of different stuff as well too. I'm not even thinking of the words right now.
Right.
But as I'm looking at it, confluence. There's the word.
Yeah, confluence. It looks like it's coming down toward the 200, right, on the daily as well, which is potentially more confluence.
Yeah.
If I'm looking at the right chart, yeah.
Yeah. We're kissing the 1 day SMA 200. So that is really good too. That's an entry zone right there. Yeah, I need to start. I haven't been paying attention. We've been beneath the 1 day SMA 200 on alts for so long that I just took them off my charts.
Yeah, I mean, this looks mega bullish. I mean, the 1 day 9 is about to meet the 200 day.
Yeah, so that's technically a golden cross. Actually, whenever a smaller moving average goes above a larger moving average, that's a technical term for a golden cross. So we actually are getting a golden cross on it, which I'm not going to call it the golden slap because it's not the 50 going above it. If it was a 50, I might be kind of like, oh, profit market makers might do some slapping around here, but it's not. Let's look where the 50's at. So the 50's still way down here, and let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit here. It's still going it's still pointing sideways, but if that 50 starts to point up and starts going up towards that 200, that means we have a potential 50 golden cross like this one here. And that's just going to that one. Here's a little teaching moment I'm going to give you here. See how it broke out, came back down, retested the 50. It was kind of going sideways and started curving up right here. We can go ahead and get a little bit of replay right here. Continue. This took me to a different chart for some reason.
Yeah. The replay are really powerful because they really help you visualize just go and back test this strategy, right? The 1 day 9 and the 50 now that we're going to have a look at in the 200.
Yep. So yeah, the replay button now saves where you're at last time. I'm not used to that just yet. So you go in there, I got to cancel it every time, I think. So where was I at? Or what was I looking at? I was looking at
Altcoin. Phil,
yeah.
You're on now.
Oh, I'm on. Yep. I'm like, that does not look that did not look like what I was just looking at.
Too many coins to keep track of, guys. All right.
I know what coins are more from what the chart looks like than what the names are. Like I memorize charts. I'm like, oh, this is this. I'm like, I don't know what this coin is, but I've traded this before. Like that's why I just looked so much. This doesn't look like what I was just charting. I don't know what I was charting. But anyway, so we were right here. Let's see if this works this time since I canceled it. So we didn't break the 1 day 9. You got the volume or 12 1 day SMA 200, and this is where all right. You break above. Nope, not yet. Break above it. Retesting. And look how that 50 starts pointing up right there and starts curving up. And that's whenever this is starting to get strong momentum. But this is where people will get tricked out. And they'll be like, oh, golden cross is coming in. And they're going to keep holding it. And right here is where I usually start to look at if as a swing trader, as a day trader, if I was been in this trade already for a swing trade, I'm looking to start taking profits right now, not enter the trade. And if you're scaling out, you're good. Boom. Look right where that cross, right after that cross, not too long after it, we had a big drop. And
so is that pretty typical of market makers after we get that golden cross, just to kind of, I don't know, what do you want to call it, grab liquidity, shake people out?
I call it the golden slap. So the reason I call it the golden slap is because that's taught as a buy signal right there and a good bullish signal right there. And I think it's like when I read more into it, it's good for long-term signals like that. But typically, if you get the run up beforehand, usually what's happening is it's creating liquidity for people who bought down in here and they bought a lot of it down in accumulation. And that buy signal that people are like, oh, it's the golden cross, I'm going to get into it. It gives sells for bigger players to be able to take profits on, because bigger players need those sells in order to be able to take profit.
Right.
It's just you need somebody to sell to. So for them, it's one of those ideas where they could probably get out or get some profits, or at least take some profits out. They're putting $100 million in without dumping the price too hard and actually get their orders filled. In my opinion, is why that
makes a lot of sense. And I like how you tell a story based on what the chart is saying, and then you can actually conceptualize what's happening here. Now look at that. So the golden cross is sort of like a lagging indicator, right, for at least the lower time frames, because you would have already had ridden that up if you had gotten in on the confirmation of the 1 day 9 and the 200 and ridden it all the way up. But then look at this, look at that, boom, the golden slap.
Yep. So it's just something that I've noticed in like from a long time of being in the market. And it's typically whenever it runs up before the cross, like over here, like it didn't run up too hard before the cross. I mean, a nice good run up afterwards. But so it just depends on what the market structure looks like at the time, the call when that's going to happen or not. And we might be going in one of those times again. I don't know yet. We'll see.
Right.
But that's just one of those things where you gotta kind of watch out for. And like I said, I'm a very big front runner on a lot of things. So
right. And right now we're right at the precipice of the 1-day 9 and the 200, right? So potentially we could have a big run up based on that before we get that golden cross.
Yep, 100%. That's what I'll be kind of looking for. Yeah.
Right. So there you go. That's the alpha, guys, on this channel. And there's a lot of coins that are looking like this. But Rob is picking the absolute best bangers because they've got high volume, maybe bullish divergence. They're on their key. There's so many different things that we look at to bring you the best charts so you can focus on the stronger coins in the market instead of having to pick those out yourself. And those are in the Discord, which is open until Wednesday for everybody, guys. It's not gated until then. So no reason not to join. Links in the description below. And Andrew, I mean, shout out to you, man. I'll start being here more consistently already. I just want to highlight this, right? Already found more value in one stream than I have with people on TikTok in the past month. And that's really nice. And that feels really validating because, we prioritize quality over anything else. And we really do want to teach you guys how to do this. And that's why we've been, we missed a few days on live because we've been really planning for a really killer product, like a course style product masterclass, so that you can learn all of this and apply this to the trades, because it's going to be, banger season coming up here and you want to be ready. So we really do appreciate those comments because we work hard to bring you the best. And thank you for that, Andrew. Graham, what's up? What's up from New Zealand? Wow. Welcome to the show. Holy moly, the golden slap, guys. Remember the golden slap. Keep it in mind. Another tool to add to your toolbox. JD, good to see you here. Love the vibes. Always great to see you, JD. And yeah, Theta, by the way, is also retesting. I believe it's daily 9 as we speak. So that's also very bullish. And let's see. Yeah, I think we have a few Theta fans in the audience. Maybe we'll go over Theta for a minute now that I see you, JD.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. We're testing the 1-day 9 right now. We did a nice spike of volume right there. Looks like we got some momentum here, but this looks like where's that 1-day 200 at? That 1-day 200 is pretty much up there. I like to see that break of the 50 as well too. We start getting above that 50, we're gonna be gaining momentum on it, and break above that 50, we're gonna be having that confirmed bear. I'm pretty sure that green line there is because I'm looking for that bear trap. I'm still looking for that bear trap on it. We get above that 54 cents bear trap, and then whenever bear traps comes in motion, you get short squeezes and you start getting some strong momentum on it. So I mean, it's nothing very much changed on it. Looking good to me. Bullish divergences, not just quite yet, but we're going to be keeping an eye on it and looking for that bear trap. That's just going for that.
One to keep an eye on. But again, so this is like long-term bags. If you hold them, if you're an investor, you can get an idea of where we're at. Or if you want to get a bag or you want to scale in, you can think about that. But what we're focused on and what you guys should be in the mentality of, if you want to learn how to trade and even swing trade, swing trades, what do they happen over a period of 4 to 14 days, Rob? What is the technical definition?
What you call it? Longer than a day, definitely. So I usually say in crypto, I max is max is about 25 days most of the time. I usually get in my swing trades if I'm on a 4-hour time frame, 3 days or so, 3 days, 5 days, and then on a 1-day time frame, I usually look between 15 days to 20 days.
Right. So that's an easier form of, if you don't want to babysit the charts, you just want to get in sort of on the higher time frames and the bigger moves. A lot of people have been loving our scalp sessions. So Rob has been doing some scalp sessions where he teaches you how to get in on a scalp trade and get out and make a lot of money. And it's a lot of fun, especially because we'll potentially make a lot of money if the trade goes well. But the strategy is there, and they've been having a lot of fun in the group doing that. So there's a different style for everybody, guys. And that's why we want you to get in the Discord now, so that you can have access to these products when we start to roll them out. Okay. But we've been looking at a lot of stuff. I see, LeBlanc, thank you for being on the show and tuning in. Theta and ADA, Cardano, man. Cardano, I'm so excited about it. Brian, I'm not too sure what DEVE is, but BTC and Cardano, yes, finance advice. Netherlands, is that the Netherlands, the NL? Nice to see you here. Brian, I'm still curious about your big birthday here. I'm guessing it's 40 or 50 then, if you don't want to say. Hey, but that's a glorious age. I mean, we don't have to be shy about that. We are in the golden digital age. Okay, you guys, this is just a great time to be alive. 70. Holy crap. I mean, you seem so much younger. I know I can't see you, but based on your your energy and just you're full of life. Wow, that's amazing, Brian. Congrats on that. I mean, I you're like ahead of most. Let me just say that. I think pretty much the world at your age, just being here, tuning into this live, learning how to trade. Congrats, man. I love to hear that. I have a young mind. You absolutely do. Absolutely do. Colonel was another one that was dropped in the Discord today, right before its massive pump, guys. Let's see what's going on with Colonel.
So it actually didn't even break the 1-day 9 just yet. It's just moving on it, but we got tons of volume on it. And whenever I dropped it in there, it's kind of the ones that I honestly, because I was at the right level where I kind of just FOMOed into on spot. And we got good entries. Then we got a good 27% move on it. But now we're kind of pulling back. We're waiting for that kind of break of the 1-day 9 now. And if we come back down and retest it, I'm going to be I did take a little bit of profits off of it because, of course, I'm a trader. And I'm going to be adding those profits back down in this area right here. But we're just on a main time frame support. We hold this support right here. We're looking at getting up to this trend line at some point, at least, which is a nice 84% move. And if you can see this token, it kind of moves quickly. So I'm looking for like a fast move on it. And you can see the SMA 50 is going underneath the SMA 200. So we're getting the inverse golden slap.
Inverse golden slap. I like that. That's a bullish one.
Yep. So yeah, I'm gonna keep on eye on this one here. And once we start moving up strong, you probably just put fibs on it. Go from like probably here to here maybe. And we put fibs on it. If this goes into price discovery, I don't know what this token is. I've traded a bunch over here and I made some quite a good money on it rather quickly. So I do like trading this token just because you get big candles real fast. But this looks like it could go to a nice big move on it. I gotta see what this is first and see what the narrative is on it first. But if it holds support down here, you look for a good move on it. And I do look at the volume spike on it. That's what caught my eye today. Was when I glanced at it, I was like, look at this. Like I was in the 4 hour. I think I bought the 4 hour break of the 9 or something right in here. And I was like, look at that volume. Like, oh, volume's coming in. So that's why I'm watching it. If I see volume, I trade it, and then I usually go look to see what it is at some point.
Right. No, absolutely. Guys, this is gold. I think we have time for maybe one more chart. Which one do you want to have a look at, Rob, before we sign off for today?
I'll let you pick. There's too many.
Yeah, I know there's some requests in the comments, guys, but we want to go over the absolute best chart so you can get the edge here on our channel, right? I know we were talking about H bar being a potential good swing trade coming up here. Cardano, I see you pulled up. So those are both great to look at.
Yeah, I was looking at H bar today, actually. So what we're looking for is the inverse golden slap.
I like that one, the inverse golden slap.
I gotta come up with a new name for it. I haven't made up a name for it yet. It's what it is, but I'm gonna come up with a cool name for it at some point. Just haven't thought of it yet.
Yeah. The golden something, rocket, maybe, I don't know, something bullish.
The death slap to the Bears. I don't know.
I like it.
Because that's technically called a death cross. That's what that's actually called. So maybe I'll death to the Bears. I don't know yet.
Right, which usually precedes. It's like the opposite, right? Like after that, it's a very lagging indicator. So we've already played out a lot of the downside move by then.
Yep. All right. So basically, we are looking at we got our signals on the oscillator, so awesome. We're moving to 1-day 9. I want to see get a rejection at this 50, come back down, retest a 9. That's, I think, going to be a great buy opportunity, and for at least a swing trade, probably a 15-day swing trade, or no, 15 to 20-day swing trade, just because it is a larger cap. Unless it starts getting crazy hype on it. What I'm really looking at right now, oh yeah, I did save this time, is a potential double bottom as well too. So that can give us a measured move. And what you do for a measured move, you just measure from here to here. And from breakout level, you're looking at a good 28 cents just for a potential swing trade of 50%. Now, of course, like we just said on, I think it was Solana, we can use a falling stop loss just because it seems like the market is more bullish. And if we are going into some kind of alt run, the targets that I'm giving may just get smashed and go straight through it. So falling stop losses may be more important this time than sitting there and set and take profits, in my opinion. That way you're taking advantage of the alt season if it does start happening, and if it isn't, you just get stopped out in good profits. One or the other. Money's money.
Right. Yeah. So, so where would you say? So, just to summarize, where would you say to have those stop losses then?
Underneath the 9.
Underneath the 9. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty close to the 9. And then if you get stopped out, you can get back in.
Oh, yeah, but if we retest the 9, then we go up, the 9 is going to be following. So that's why I use the 9 as the following stop loss. Is so say in the 12-hour chart, say this goes up 30%. These fall by the time that's up falling 30%. Here, like this right over here, I'll show. So say you get in like right here. Play. So you break it, you take entry, stops underneath the 9. Look how your stop's going to be moving up. Look how the 9's moving up, right? Then every day or two you check it. Oh, the 9's up to here now and across over here. So I might want to move my stops up and more profit.
Right. That makes a lot of sense, and that way you can sort of manage the trade.
Yep, it gives you a signal of when to, like I have more techniques than just that on what you want to watch your 9 to go through certain like resistant levels or fair value gaps or breaker blocks or something like that to help you know when to move it up, to help you have alerts set on when to move it up. So say you would have been following using that 9, moving your stop loss up, and it did come down here. Now you're stopped out, and your entry would have been right here. You've been stopped out about 12% profits. And look what happened after that. It just went straight down and it's lower than your entry.
Right. And that's a really interesting way of handling it. Guys, all the stuff that he's talking about, that is going to be a part of the masterclass that you're going to be able to learn. There'll be quizzes on it and you'll be able to really, really master this stuff. So we're working on that now. And we're going to teach that in the group, in the Hive, in the Discord below. So we want to see all you guys there for, before Wednesday, before we close it. And then we'll be gated and there will be a few things you'll have to do to get in. Right. So Big D, what's up? What's going on with ADA? I'm sitting on 800,000 ADA. Wow. That's a lot of ADA, man. When is this bull run? When is this going to run so big? It's okay. Well, he wants to know when ADA is going to take off. I know we have a lot of Cardano fans, so I think we'll finish with this one, guys. I know LeBlanc, you're asking about Pudgy Penguin, and there are other requests, guys. If you sign up to the Discord, we can take the requests from members. We'll prioritize those, okay? And then if you show up tomorrow and you start to be a regular, also we'll try to get to your charts as well, just for supporting the channel. Okay, so we're going to end here with Cardano, so you can check it out.
Looks like I was playing arts and craft last time I was looking at it.
Yeah.
I must have been bored one night.
that math, trigonomics, or I don't know.
I was playing arts and craft. I was like, is there like a diamond pattern here? I was trying to figure out something. So looking at it, I like the 12-hour chart right now. 12-hour chart, I think, is going to give a good entry. We're getting the volume spike on it. We got a buy signals down here. So it looks like, and I'm looking at the MACD, we're about to get a good cross on it. And so I'm looking for that close up here and kind of retest. So I'm going to give it 2-3 days. And I think Cardano's going to move. I think the market's bullish in a general. It just depends on when the hype comes back for these type of tokens. Like looking at it. So here's the crazy part.
You think you can help me clear the table, please?
Yep. Hang on. So the crazy part on it is it looks like actually like a bearish pattern here, but if it fakes out on it, it's going to get a short squeeze and move quick. So
right.
We definitely do need to hold this level right here.
At about 54 cents.
Yes. So we need to hold 54 cents and we need to get above that 1 day. That's not 1 day. Above that 1 day. So maybe now we start holding that one here. But here's the thing. We got the inverse golden slap on it. So I think most of the downside's already played over just from how I've watched that one there. And what's going to be happening is the bears are trying to short underneath here and they're going to get slapped and they're going to get and they're like, oh, death cross is in right now. We're going down even more. It's all bearish, and we'll get a short squeeze, and we'll break above it. And this is going to, if it breaks above that trend line, it's going against probabilities. That's when you get a massive move.
Oh, there you have it. That is that's what's going on. And you with 800,000 ADA, let me know when you're selling, okay? That's a lot of ADA. I'm just saying. Now, I'm expecting ADA to do very well this bull run. It's one of the OGs that's continued to develop. Charles Hoskinson is everywhere. They're bringing DeFi to Bitcoin. So much stuff going on for Cardano. It's one of my foundational pillars. So I'm a long-term holder, but I'd also like to trade it. And so that's it, guys. We are going to wrap the show up on that. Sign up to the Hive. No excuses. Okay, and sign up to BYDFi to get a 50% deposit bonus for $100. You get $50 free money to trade with, to figure this out with, to start learning with, right? To start actually applying this when you're watching our lives and learning from the best in the game. Okay. Rob is very good at what he does, and we're keeping track of the fundamentals. I'm on the ground doing my podcast with all the industry leaders, including Charles Hoskinson himself, and we're giving you everything we possibly can, all the alpha. All right. So way to start the Monday off strong. We really appreciate each and every one of you. And we will be back tomorrow at 3:30 for more. We'll be tuning in today from Monday to Thursday. So if you want some of your quests, potentially, Rob, to chart them, do drop them in the Discord, in the chat, in the Hive, and we will prioritize those. So anyway, guys, it's been really great catching up with you, and we will see you again tomorrow.
See y'all tomorrow.